Welcome back to Stardew Valley. I am your host, longtime listener. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and comment below as we are on episode 18 of the series, and it is the 7th of summer. Yet another sunny day in the forecast, so still unable to do that watering can upgrade, although we do get the recipe for baked fish, so add that to the list of recipes that we have acquired. What do we have on the agenda today? Okay, so it's a Sunday, that means traveling cart, so we got to get there for that. Since we're heading in that direction, we'll probably swing over and try and give Haley a gift. And then we can head to the community center and drop off the gold bar. We got a potato in the mail. Kind of weird. And we're just going to sell it. But anyway, head to the community center. There's a gold bar that we can drop off. I think we have a crystal fruit as well. And so we can do that. And maybe head to Clint's while we are kind of going about our daily errands. Then we want to do some mining. So we still need a fire quartz to finish the boiler room. And it would be fantastic if we could get to level 90. I don't know that we will, but we really want to get there so that we can get, what do we get? Oh, Obsidian's Edge, a sword upgrade that is, worlds better than the lead rod that we have right now, because it does about twice as much damage, and you can swing it way faster. So, that's on the agenda for today, and as always, that is subject to change, because, a lot of times you start going about your day, and you get totally distracted. So what I find works best for me is that I literally have a list of things that I want to try and do for the day before I even start it. You could play this game with like no plan on a day-to-day basis and be an absolute train wreck, because it's real easy to just get caught up doing other stuff. And not that there's anything wrong with that. In fact, when the 1.5 drops, if we start a new playthrough based on, kind of where we are in this series and what new content is available, there is a chance that I just start over, and instead of having a game plan, I just pretty much wing it every single day. Like, don't use the wiki, just try and figure stuff out from memory and whatnot. Because, that creates an element of, do I need the apricot? I think I do, and the apple. So this will be okay, so I don't need the apricot. Put that back. Anyway, if you just kind of go about your days and don't really have a plan, you can still be productive, but it's real easy to get distracted by things, and you forget stuff all the time. Like, I don't know how many times I would miss the traveling cart if I didn't write down, okay, plans for day 1, which is Sunday the 7th, and since I write down that it's Sunday, that triggers my brain, okay, traveling cart. So anyway, that was a long-winded version of her way of me saying, have a plan, y'all. Whether you write it down or put it in your memory bank, it's good to have a plan. Be prepared. Isn't that the Boy Scouts motto? I'm not a Boy Scout. Not that there's anything wrong with Boy Scouts. Or just Scouts. They're not Boy Scouts anymore, are they? I think they changed their name to just Scouts. So, alright, so we're here in the hidden forest And we're not really here to chop wood or anything. We're just kind of browsing around. We got a fiddlehead fern there, which I think is an item that you need to donate to the community center as well. So that's good. We got another rare seed from the traveling cart, so we're getting a nice little collection of them. Now it's only 3 weeks till fall, so unless there's a day where the traveling cart has 5 of them, we'll end up with a number of them that doesn't satisfy me because it won't be it won't be divisible by 8. I would like to get to 16, and I don't think we'll get there unless there's, well, I know we won't get there unless there's a day where the traveling cart has 5. But if that happens, I gotta have 5,000 bucks laying around to be able to buy them all, and we're still at the point in the game where money can be a little bit tight. So maybe after our first blueberry harvest, if there's a day where there's 5, we'd be in good shape, but that's probably our only shot. Anyway, where's Haley? Oh, here she is, and cutscene. She's all sad and pacing back and forth on the beach. And she's like, oh, Evan, come here, quick. My bracelet's gone, and I know I had it on when I got here, but now it's gone, and I can't find it anywhere. Huh? I'll never find another one like it. And you have the option of telling her that, oh, it's cool, I'll just buy you another one. Or, I'm really sorry. And she's all like, I'm sorry, great-grandma. Please forgive me. And Evan's like, well, if you brought it here, it's got to be around here somewhere. So I know where it is, but I just wanted to check out the foraging situation over there. And there's some cockle and coral over there. So there was the bracelet right there behind the, like over next to Elliot's cabin. So you find it, you give it to her, and she's like, is that? Oh my goodness, you found it. So she's happy. She gives you a hug, maybe even a little smooch on the cheek there. Who knows? It's hard to tell from this angle. But anyway, she's happy, and now we're gonna give her her daffodil. Continue our courtship of her. We got to be getting close to where she asks you to be her girlfriend. And then we need a rainy day. Actually, no. Then we need to upgrade the house, and then we need a rainy day to be able to propose. I think you have to be at 10 hearts to propose, but you got to be at 8 hearts to be a girlfriend. And then I think you can give her like a bouquet that Pierre will sell bouquets. I think that makes her your girlfriend. I can't remember. Oh, Alex. What are we going to do with you, bud? Alright, what was still on the to-do list today? We got to swing by the community center. Man, we got a bunch of stuff, though. So we probably need to swing home and drop. Although we got a bunch that we can just pop down in the community center. So I can't remember if I do this and then go back to the house and drop off my other stuff before I go to the mines, or if I just take it with me. But we will try and go to the mines, I'm pretty sure. So the gold bar is going to complete one of the bundles here, the blacksmith bundle, and not the geologist bundle, dude. I still need the fire quartz, but the gold bar gets me a furnace, and then we're just a fire quartz away from unlocking the mine carts. So that is another objective in the mines. Like, I really want to get that done. So there's the fiddlehead fern for the chef's bundle. And do I have anything else? Apple. Oh, dang it, I gotta sneeze. We're fighting it off here. Oh goodness. It burns! And now it's going away. So you saw there in the one bundle there, it needs 3 apples, and you can't put them in one at a time. You gotta have all 3, and they have to be the same quality level. So just to get it out of my inventory, I pop it down in this artisan bundle, I might be able to do the artisan bundle with all just fruit from the bat cave, which will be cool because it's easy and won't cost me much. There's our crystal fruit, so we're cutting into that one as well. And see, the reward there says bridge repair. That room right there, once you complete it, unlocks the quarry. So it repairs the bridge that goes over to the quarry. And if you have the mine carts, which we will by that time, then you can get to the quarry in either of those two ways. You can ride up and go. Well, by that time we might have a stable. I say ride up. You can go over the bridge, or you can take the mine carts and get directly to it. So, all right. Quick trip back to the farmstead. We'll drop off all of the stuff in our inventory. Do I go to the mines? I mean, it's after 2 o'clock already, y'all. I wonder if I'd come up with something else to do today instead. Because we would be lucky to get down 5 levels. Although, a little bit of luck would also probably get us the fire quartz that we're wanting. So you see, when I open chests, a lot of times you hit that little button up above there that looks like a red arrow pointing up. And for those of you who don't know, what that button does is anything that you have in your backpack that is also in the chest. So like if you have copper ore, for example, and you hit the little arrow and there's already copper ore in that chest, it will just add it to that stack. And it does that for everything in your inventory. So it can be a time saver versus clicking on each item and then clicking on that same item in the chest. So, little knowledge tidbit for you rookies out there. Alright, I think we are ready to go about our mining expedition here. And hopefully, like I said, at this point we hopefully can get down 5 levels. Put the furnace down, you moron! What are you doing? Oh. Get more stuff out of there. And there we go. And we're getting to the point where I really need to get a shed. So that might be the first investment I do with my money from blueberries. Because you can't put that in there, you moron. What do you get if you put... It said requires 5 ores. What do you get if you put 5 fire quartz into a furnace? I'm going to look that up. So, bear with me as the commentary will go silent for a minute. Wiki. And we're going to look up quartz. And I'll bet it will tell me a recipe that it is included in. Smelting, here we go. Smelt quartz, blah blah blah. Well, that's weird. It doesn't say anything about that. So I don't know why it gives you that message. It says requires 5 ores, but I think it was just basically saying you can only put ore into the smelter, and you have to have 5 of them. And the refined quartz was neither ore nor 5. Anyway. So, what level were we on? 80? Yeah, we would have to get down 10 levels. Well, there's a ladder, so that's 1. But it's already 4 o'clock. Ain't gonna happen. Especially with this stupid lead pipe. I'll probably die before I get down 10 levels. Ooh, there's another ladder. But we'll get this gold first. Alright, while we're down here, let's talk about plans for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday the 8th, which is Gus's birthday. And honestly, of all the stuff that I've got in my inventory, probably the easiest one for me to give him is just a daffodil. Which is kind of weird for a dude to give another dude a daffodil, but whatever. Holy crap, that guy did some damage. I really need to get to level 90 and get that sword, y'all. Anyway, so tomorrow is Gus's birthday. We'll give him a gift while we're in town. I think we still, yeah, it's a new week, so we'll be able to give Haley a gift. Man, there's a lot of gold up there too, and there's already a ladder. So, was that? Oh no, I thought it was a fire quartz that I got out of that, but it was a ruby, which I'll take. Anyway, we'll give Haley a gift as well. And then, as much as I want to get down in the mines, I also want to kind of have some balance between fishing and mining. So we might do... Run away from that guy. Aha! Sneaky, sneaky. I want to have a little bit of balance between, you know, activities day to day so that y'all don't get totally bored. We still need to catch a bunch of fish. We need to hit the forest river and get some. We need to hit the ocean and get a bunch too. So that's just something kind of on the to-do list. And actually, another thing I want to look up is the ruby, because after you donate one to the museum, I don't know if there's a whole lot that you can use them for. Anybody like them? So Clint loves them. The dwarf loves them, who we haven't even met yet. And Emily loves them. So that's possibly a reason to keep them. They aren't used to make anything. Although, you can get a random quest from the Help Wanted board outside of Pierre's, apparently. So it might not be a bad idea to keep one of those laying around. I don't know if the wiki was ever updated to account for fish ponds, because once you get fish ponds, you start throwing fish in there, and like when you first start, it'll be, you know, you put one in there, and eventually they will increase to, I think, quantity 3, so they just kind of spawn every few days. And then you get to 3, and that's your max quantity or capacity in the fish pond. Then they will give you a request. Like they'll say, oh, we really want an Omni Geode. So you throw an Omni Geode into the pond, and then the max capacity goes up to like 5 or 7, I can't remember. So anyway, that's the deal there. So sometimes it's good to keep one at least of a lot of different things, so that depending on what fish pond you have or what fish you have in there, they might give you a quest that you can immediately complete. So I don't know that we'll need Void Essence in the future. I was probably looking that up here. I think I end up just keeping a couple of them. Not a big deal. What was I going to discuss next? What the heck am I doing here? I'm sure I'm looking up Void Essence to see if I need it for anything else, but I don't remember. Not only do I not remember if that's what I was doing here, but I also don't remember if I looked it up and if it was actually even needed for anything. So anyway, so we talked about our plans tomorrow. We'll probably do those gift given expeditions and then go fishing. So not a super exciting day, but that's the plan. And as you know, plans can change, y'all. But we still need, from the ocean alone, the puffer, the tuna, the red mullet, the octopus, the red snapper, super cucumber, flounder, and tilapia. Now, red snapper you can only get on a rainy day. And that's the only summer fish that it's got to be raining for you to be able to catch. And the octopus is listed as a 95 difficulty. So we will more than likely not be catching that one until we get the iridium rod and level up our fishing skill to like 10, because holy crap, that it just jumps around like crazy. So you need not only a wide bar to, you know, keep it reeling in, but also the bobber that you know, I think it's called a trap bobber that you attach to the iridium rod, and it makes it to where when you are not reeling it in, it doesn't get away as fast. So Anywho, um, what are we doing here? Alright, it's 9 o'clock, so I think at this point we're just kind of preparing for the next day. Now, I got 2 more gold bars, and I have some fire quartz smelted, and some silver, or iron bars, so I bet you right here I'm looking up whether I need the ruby. Anyway, we can craft a couple of sprinklers, y'all. So that's good. That'll reduce the amount of watering that we will need to do on an everyday basis. And I still need to finish watering crops. So we got work to do, and it's already 9 o'clock. So anyway, and we got some more gold ore there that we can smelt. Hopefully before we go to bed we can start it smelting, and then we'll be able to make 2 more quality sprinklers when we get up in the morning. So, what else do we need to chit-chat about? I don't know. So, you know what that means. It is time for the fun fact of the day. And today's fun fact is that Honest Abe, Mr. Abraham Lincoln, was a bartender. So he actually had his liquor license. He was a licensed bartender. So even though he is best known for obviously being one of the, most influential presidents in American history, obviously he was president during the Civil War. Well, maybe not obvious. If you're not, even remotely knowledgeable as to U.S. history, you might want to look up a little bit about Abraham Lincoln. But anyway, he had a bartender's license, and it was discovered in what does it say? 1930. It was discovered, and so they displayed it. They have it on display, I think, at a liquor store in Springfield, Illinois, where he was, I think, from. Anywho, funny part of this story is that in 1863, during the war, the United States Congress wanted to fire Ulysses S. Grant because he liked to partake in adult beverages. And so instead of firing him, Lincoln actually sent him a supply of whiskey. So, good for you, Abe Lincoln, because I can't even imagine if I was the commander of the Union forces in 1863, I would think that a little snort of whiskey on a daily basis would probably be extremely helpful to just kind of help me de-stress a touch. So, that is your fun fact of the day, brought to you by Willie's Bait and Tackle Shop. So, if you ever want to go fishing in the Stardew Valley area, swing on by and see old Willie, and he will take care of you. Yeah, I mean, it's after midnight, y'all. This could be a long episode because we're pushing 25 minutes. And we're not even through day 1. And if we're going to go fishing tomorrow, those days tend to be long because the clock stops while you are reeling in fishes. But, I think I said in the first couple episodes my goal was to keep the episodes somewhere in the neighborhood of like 45 minutes, thereabouts, and we should land somewhere around there. 2 days tends to get you about to that range if you are, being extremely efficient with your days and using most of the clock. Now, if it's a day where like all you're doing is outside and you're watering a gazillion crops, or day 1 of a season, it flies by in terms of real time because you're outside pretty much the whole time. You got to till, you got to plant, you got to water, and it's all outside while the clock's moving. Drop a beat and then head to bed. Why do you never brush your teeth in this game, by the way? Like, maybe that's something they can introduce into 1.6 whenever they do the next update after 1.5. Is you bring a dentist into town, and dental hygiene is something to be considered. Speaking of, man, another sunny day in the forecast. So we're gonna be, that'll be day 9 of summer, and it still hasn't rained. And there it says about corn, how it grows for 2 seasons. So it can be profitable per unit in terms of like your return on investment over those 2 seasons is really good. However, the profit per day is the number that you want to try and focus on. And blueberries and cranberries across fall and across summer and fall are 2 better options on that list. So, what was I going to say? Oh, speaking of the 1.5 update, so there's still no release date yet. However, I saw an interview that what's his name, Eric, did, the developer of this game, and they kind of asked him, you know, like, what's next after 1.5? And his general answer was that he's not quite sure, but he did say, you know, there will be something. And he's thinking it's, you know, a toss-up between doing a 1.6 update, which, you know, who knows when or what that would include. But the other option is potentially a Stardew Valley 2, which I think would be awesome for 2 reasons. One, this guy, you know, he launched this game years ago and then has put out several updates since, and the game content has just been phenomenal. And every update that he does for free. I mean, he says it all the time when you see this guy in like interviews and such. It's basically like, you know, how do you justify not charging people for these updates? Because this is like, you know, if you were to go back and get the original version of this game and compare it to the 1.4 update even, it's like a different game. There's so much more content. So anyway, his justification is like, I really enjoy the game and I want my fans to enjoy it, and I do it for the fans. Like, he's completely unselfish in that regard, and kudos to him. And that's one of the reasons why, honestly, I kind of support the idea of a Stardew Valley 2, because I would buy it, and I know a lot of other people would buy it. And, you know, he could net a whole bunch of income for himself, and I have no problem with that. Plus, you know, there's a lot of different directions he could go with a, you know, Stardew Valley 2 in terms of introducing new characters, and whatnot. You know, a new storyline even. I don't know exactly how you approach it, but, you know, there's a gazillion different ways you could go with it. It could be, you know, 20 years after this, and it's still the same characters, except, you know, your dude is like dying of mouth cancer because he never practiced oral hygiene. Anyway, what am I doing here? Yeah. Okay, so it is Monday now, and we just went down a long-winded version of the what's going on with Stardew Valley in real life discussion. But today, like we said earlier, we got to go see Gus. We'll try and find Haley and give her a gift as well. So we'll grab a couple of daffodils before we head out or head into town. And then I think we're just going to go fishing, y'all. So I kind of regret the fact that I sit here and water all of these crops instead of starting the day fishing and then coming back to do this. But whatever. You know, fishing, a lot of the fishing that I'm doing in this game is more to just like kind of complete the list of catching all the different fish. It's not necessarily just to complete the, well, it's not to just complete the community center. So, alright, I got a couple more sprinklers. So we put 2 down, we've got 2 more. That'll be 4. We need to do 24 total. Hopefully by the end of summer. That would be fantastic. Which I think we can do. Because once I get the sword from level 90, going down to, you know, the lava levels and just, you know, only looking for gold ore, you can get a whole bunch pretty quickly. So the way I generally do this, like if I make a run to the mines where my main objective is to collect as much gold or iron or copper ore as I can. What am I going back for here? I don't know. But anyway, when I'm going and I'm just trying to get like one particular kind of ore, what you can do is go to the elevator, pick a level. Oh, fishing rod. Duh. Pick a level, go to said level, and just real quick look and see if there's any of that ore laying there. And if there's not, go straight back to the elevator or the ladder, whichever level you're on. Leave the mine and come right back to a different level. And all you're doing is immediately looking to see if there's some of that ore accessible, and if there is, you get it, and then you know, either leave, or if there's a ladder exposed, go to the next level. And you just rinse and repeat. Do that, you know, as many times as you can over the stretch of the day, and you can rack up a bunch of ore doing that. So we'll probably have to do that for copper in the relatively near future because of 2 things. We still don't have enough copper bars to upgrade our watering can whenever we need to do that. So that's, I kind of regret using them for the tappers, because what'll probably end up happening is the day where it finally says it's going to rain the next day, I'm going to have to go to the mines. There, we got up to 2 hearts with Gus. So that's good. But the day that it says it's calling for rain the next day, I'm going to have to go to the mines regardless of what my other plans were, because I'll need to do a copper ore run, get as much as I can. Ooh, a rainbow shell. Those tend to be a little bit difficult to find, actually. And I think you can only find them in summer. I could be wrong about that. So we're still at 6 hearts with Haley, but we ought to be getting close to another. I think when you get to 8 hearts, you get another cutscene, and I can't remember if that's when you can then get her the bouquet to be girlfriend or whatever. But we're making some pretty good progress there. It's not even halfway through summer, and we're already at 6 hearts, so that's cool. We've probably only missed like 1 or 2 times where I had a week where I didn't get her both gifts that you're able to give her. So alright, that was not a very good haul from our geodes. And then that emerald we can donate to Gunther here. See if it gets us a reward. I doubt it. Nope. Okay. Alright. Now I think what I'm trying to do is decide what to do next with my day. Which is kind of silly because I already grabbed my fishing rod, because that's what we're going to do. Maybe I was trying to decide where to go. And where are we going here? We going to go ocean? Nope. We're going to say hi to Vincent, apparently. And then maybe we're trying to catch the Dorado. The Dorado is only available in the Forest River and until 7 p.m. What's up, Elliot? So for whatever reason, I feel like I tend to have trouble catching the Dorado, and not because it's like super difficult to catch, but it's just kind of rare in terms. There are just a bunch of other fish that I catch instead. So, anyway, um, let's talk about plans for the next episode. So tomorrow in game will be Tuesday the 9th. There's a chance that I will buy the iridium. Good Lord, catch this fish. What is this thing? This might be the Dorado. I can't remember. Actually, I do remember. It's not a Dorado. It is a pike, but that was a squirrely little pike. Anyway, we might buy the iridium rod because I think we'll have enough money, or at least close to it. And it's just something that I want. It makes fishing so much easier when you can add a trap bobber. And if I'm going to go to the ocean and try and, catch that huge list of fish that I need to catch, it's probably going to be necessary that I have the upgraded rod with the trap bobber. So that's on the possible list for tomorrow. Also, I think there's going to be some stuff that I'll need to take to the community center. I have a poppy in my possession, don't I? Yeah, so that needs to go. I can't remember what else. But anyway, there's that, and I need to go to the mines. I got to get to level 90, and I got to get a fire quartz. That is, like, primary objective tomorrow, is to complete the boiler room bundle and get to level 90. Because that'll make me happy. Because then the next day, we will have access to the mine carts. And that will be important, one, because it's awesome, but two, because the following day is Maru's birthday. So we'll have to track her down, and since she lives up there close to the mines anyway, that might be convenient to help us get to her real quick and not have to go way out of our way. Now, one of her favorite things is a strawberry, and I know we have an extra one, so we might give that to her. Otherwise, it'll be a daffodil. It's not a huge deal. The objective is just to try and befriend everyone a little bit. So that is what's on the to-do list there. We'll say hello to old Elliot, and it's 4:50, so we're kind of running out of time to catch this Dorado. So I think we'll fish until that energy is gone, and by that time it'll probably be close to 7 anyway. So, again, plans for the next episode are mining on day 1, and that'll mean probably fishing on day 2, which is also Maru's birthday. So, man, I am kind of struggling for stuff to chat about, and I don't know if I have any really cool life stories to drop on you like I have in previous episodes. We might try and save some of those for farther down in the series. But I will emphasize again for anybody who is watching, comment below as to what you think we should do once the 1.5 update is released. Because frankly, I'm expecting viewership to increase once we get closer to the 1.5 release, because that's when kind of the Stardew Valley faithful will come out of the woodwork and maybe start watching some videos to kind of get a refresher course on general gameplay and strategy and whatnot. But we'll see. So I think my decision is ultimately going to come down to kind of a combo of where we're at in this playthrough and what content becomes available on the new release. If there's a new map, we will almost surely do a new game where we play that map. So the one thing that may be a factor is it like if I'm really close to completing the community center, we'll do it. We won't leave this series hanging with that, you know, close in the future. So anyway, um, yeah, but we're also going to try and keep posting 1 or 2 episodes a day. So we should be, you know, I mean, I only started recording this, I think, in late August, and we're already, you know, pushing halfway through summer, and it's only September 9th. So, as can happen with this game, you can get completely addicted and spend way too much of your life playing it. It's a little bit embarrassing, but it happens to all of us. So, or many of us, I should say. So it's not that embarrassing, because it's just, you know, it's, you know, you're always like close to your next objective. Like I'm close to completing the boiler room, so I really want to keep playing until I get that done. And then once you do that, it's like, oh well, I've got a bunch of gold ore now, so I'm close to completing my first row of quality sprinklers. And you're constantly making these excuses in your head why to just play one more day, just one more day. And one more day becomes 7 more days, and then, you know, your eyes start going all crazy from staring at a computer screen. All right, let's see if we can catch both the fish and this chest, and we are going to do so. What do we got here? Another pike. Dang it. So we didn't get our Dorado, and now I think my strategy is just to finish burning through my energy here and then call it quits for the day. Ooh, I forgot to mention, or I may have mentioned this, we changed up the intro music. So it's not my version of Bob Seger with the combo of the Stardew Valley reference in the lyrics. It is now a song by a gentleman named Don Gallardo. The song is called Sinking Ships, for any of those of you who are interested. And I just feel like it's got a nice, you know, Stardew Valley-ish type vibe. So we might leave that one on there for the rest of time. But again, it's Don Gallardo. Look him up. He's a musician in Nashville, good buddy of mine. And that song actually was used in the movie Bad Grandpa with Johnny Knoxville. There's a scene where they're going through a drive-through, and I think he's in a shopping cart or a buggy, depending on what part of the country you're from. And that song is playing in the background. So anyway, there you have it. God, y'all, I really don't have anything else to talk about. We could do dad jokes. But dad jokes really work better if there's a person directly in front of you to kind of interact with during said jokes. But anyway. I could tell you a joke about En Vogue, but you're never going to get it, so. Boom! Did you see what I just did there, y'all? Oh, that was phenomenal. I know that y'all are laughing, so I'm high-fiving myself in my brain because that was one of the best dad jokes that I've got. So anyway, I think I'm going to go check the bat cave here. Our field of grass is getting pretty splotchy there, but our silo is also probably getting fairly full. Ooh, here we go. Our bat cave is finally back in action. So a couple of peaches, a wild plum, and a spice berry. And I think the peach and maybe even the plum. No, I think I already donated a plum. But I'm pretty sure the peach I can donate to the CC. And what am I doing here? I'm trying to decide what fish to keep or whatever. Now, as you can see, my fish chest is getting full. We're going to need another one. And what we'll end up doing, I don't know if I do it in this episode, but we will end up having a second chest that is, I'll have one that's all fish and one that is like the forageable items that you get at the beach and the garbage that you can catch while fishing, and then my fishing equipment like the rod and tackle and bait and such. So we'll have 2 blue chests. And again, this is getting us into the part of the game where I really need a shed, because I just don't like having all this stuff laying around on the farm floor. But it's not a huge deal. It's just aesthetics. So, but we're close. When these blueberries harvest, we are going to have a bunch of cash that we can spend on the shed. We will need another silo. We'll probably end up at some point having like 5 silos, because you need a bunch. If you have, we'll probably, so animals wise, I'm gonna do probably one of 2 things. Actually, here's what I plan on doing. I'm gonna have a coop that's gonna be fully upgraded, and it will have some of each kind of animal that you can have in a coop eventually. And then we're going to have 2 barns. And the reason we're going to have 2 is I'm going to have one that's all pigs. And those pigs are going to have their own little field to mess around in, because they dig up truffles. And I want them kind of confined to their own space. And then in the other barn, we're going to have our cows and I forget what else you have in there. Goats and maybe sheep. Is it sheep? Yeah, you get sheep, and then you use their wool to make cloth, and then you can make clothes and such, which I don't know how much of that will do, but anyway. So 2 barns and a coop, and so that's going to be, I think, a total of 36 animals that we will need to feed every day during the winter. So what is 36 times 30? It's, what is that, 900, 1080? Now I'm pulling out a calculator. 36 times 30. Yeah, 10. So we need 1,080 freaking hay to get through the winter. And you can only fit, I think, 240 in your silos. So we need like 5 silos. So that is the plan. We will eventually have 5 silos. That way we can hypothetically have enough hay to last us the entire winter. Now we're going to have a bunch of grass in a field so that we can get that much hay, but it's doable. It'll be in our southwest area of our farm. It is just going to be a field of grass that we will, probably on a fairly regular basis, just go on a hay run and scythe a whole bunch of grass and then let it respawn and then rinse and repeat. So, I mean, and honestly, once you get deep enough into the game like that, animals really aren't that even that important. You'll want I like to have cows to produce cheese, because cheese is actually a pretty good food to just take into the mines, and it makes it really easy to get it if you have a bunch of cows. So, because it gets you pretty good energy and health per unit of cheese. So, I still need a couple more tappers for my tree empire, but we're getting there. continuing to make progress. So, y'all, that should do it for this episode. This was a long one, so apologies, but be sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and comment below, and we will see you all next time. Ooh, we're up to level 6, and there's that trap bobber, and I think that gets us the iridium rod. So, tune in next time.